Good afternoon, welcome. Talk on the Block Friday. A few stories to deal with. Of course, this morning we were told that the High Court judge would have sentenced a Sufria man for manslaughter. We're being told that he got close to 6 years for manslaughter. 6 years for manslaughter, almost 6 years for manslaughter. Carlisle John Baptist covered the High Court this morning. Carlisle, very interesting news.
Yes, Matt, let me say good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to the many listeners of Q95 FM radio. Indeed, very interesting news. Of course, remember this unfortunate incident about, I think, September 2010 or 2011 or thereabout, I make it, where the three Sufria family, one brother and two sisters, were arrested and charged for the unfortunate murder of their brother Harrison Williams. Of course, this brought shockwaves to the community of Sufria. Scott said, Gallia, of course, Point Michelle, and across Dominica, a lot of people had known Harrison Williams, a builder by profession. That matter went to court, and a jury had found the siblings guilty of murder. Upon appeal, the Court of Appeal quashed the conviction. In fact, they were sentenced to 15 years in jail. And upon appeal, the Court of Appeal found numerous errors and quashed the conviction. We remitted the matter to the High Court, and the onus was then left on the Director of Public Prosecutions to decide whether she was going to order a retrial. That she did. They were further indicted for murder. They were placed on bail, and having been placed on bail, the matter was then set to hear at the High Court. And later down, after, I guess, discussions, then the charge of murder was reduced to manslaughter. And so the three accused were then facing a manslaughter charge. Subsequent to that, there was further discussions, and after a jury was empaneled, the brother pleaded guilty to manslaughter, and the two sisters, of course, the jury, since the jury was empaneled, they had to bring a not guilty verdict against them. That being said, the Director of Public Prosecutions also withdrew the charge of manslaughter against Manuela Williams and her sister Loretta Xavier. And so it was then left to Herbert Xavier to be sentenced today. At sentencing today, his lawyer, Wayne Noddy, I must say, Matt, gave a really impassionate mitigation plea, telling the court that his client, the prisoner, had already served 4 years, I think, and 1 month in prison. And so he said to the court that there was no winner and there was no loser. In fact, an entire family was affected. Since it was an issue with brothers and sisters. an entire family was affected, and he begged on the court, he pleaded the court to not impose a custodial sentence on his client. And having listened to that plea in mitigation, having assessed the entire situation, the judge felt that a custodial sentence, given everything that was said, a custodial sentence would be the best thing. And the judge said, had a certain duty to society. And so the court started the notional sentence at 15 years. And having started it at 15 years, the court gave an order. And the order says that the defendant shall serve 5 years and 11 months, being the residue of the 15 years benchmark sentence for manslaughter, as a result of the 1/3 reduction on account of the guilty plea and the 49 months in custody on the murder charge between 28th September 2010 and 3rd November 2014. Any remission of the sentence imposed by this order shall be in accordance with Rules 36 and 37 of the Prison Rules, Chapter 1270 of the Revised Laws of Dominica. So that is the sentence of the court, 5 years and 11 months in prison.
Carlisle, I was outside the court there, and some people found this to be a little stiff, given the fact that he had already served time in jail.
Well, Matt, that is, of course, yeah.
And people are entitled to their opinion, but I'm just saying what the mood was outside of the court.
But of course, Matt, people are entitled to their opinion, and the court must take that into consideration, that the public has a right to express his opinion. Once the opinion of the public does not infringe on a contempt of court, but the public does have a right to speak when they see certain things. And of course, yes, you are very right. Some people out there in the public, feels that, are of the view that the sentence may have been too stiff, given the fact that even in the social inquiry report, the wife of the deceased, basically, she's basically, I'm spoken very highly of the brother, a non-violent person, also who had no previous convictions, and you see, Matt, it's a whole family affair, and they want closure, and they've spoken highly of the prisoner, and so
I've been told, Kalal, that his nieces actually spoke on his behalf.
That is very correct. They had all but good things to say about him, but the court felt and is of the view that the children were young at the time, and some of them would have witnessed, according to the court, what would have transpired. They would have witnessed the incident, and the court feels that would have a lasting effect on them. In fact, when the guilty plea was brought in a few weeks ago, the court had this to say: take time out to mend the fences, get a priest or something. So, in fact, the court was still of the view, and Mr. Node, in his mitigation plea, started it out like that, saying to the court that, look, you have seen it fit that they need to mend fences. You have seen it fit that they need to get a priest or somebody to mend fences, to come together as a family. Right now, everything is now in your presence, is now before you, for you to help them mend those fences. Mr. Node started it off that way, asking the court to assist in that regard, in trying to get the family to mend fences. However, the court said that there is room for reformation given his age. This is not an easy decision to make. You have the family and the public. This court does not want to appear ... It's complex, family, brother, and so the court has a duty to society to do what is fit and proper. So I guess the court again, Matt, feels that they have a duty to society and to do what is fit and proper, and so decided that the notional sentence will start at 15 years, and having reduced and having looked at everything, it came down to 5 years, 11 months. A sentence that, you are very right, a lot of people feel is harsh and could have been further reduced. But again, that is a matter of opinion, and that is the sentence of the court.
Kalajam, that is very, very interesting sentence there from the High Court judge. I'm sure we'll be hearing a lot more about that in the
Of course, there's room for an appeal, Matt, because I mean, given the situation, I would want to think that his lawyers, given all what was said, yes, you pleaded guilty. Looking at all the circumstances, I am almost certain that they may be looking at appealing that sentence.
Again, Herbert Xavier of Soufriere pleading guilty and, of course, sentenced to 5 years and 11 months in jail for manslaughter. He had pleaded guilty to the charge on March 1st. Kalajam Baptist, anything interesting happening out there? Talk on the block? Anything else? I suspect we lost Kalai at this point in time. I'm sure we'll be hearing a lot more. When we come back, we'll be talking to the Dominica Brewery. There's some interesting activities taking place, and we'll continue talking right after this, right here on Q95.
Souffrez, préparez-vous. Qu'on la carrette tout de messieurs, mesdames. The St. Mark's Development Committee and Kubuli Chemesa present Qu'on la on Saturday, March 26th, Samedi Gloria, Easter Saturday, from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. Music by the Big Bad Bold WCK. Do something like a real boss. Do something like a real boss. Also, Getter Sounds, DJs, and the powerhouse of the nation versus Serenade. Yes, Steam Fish Chateau Water Labby Water Poisson Grillé. Partners include National Petroleum Petro-Caribbean, Dominica Lotteries Commission, Kubuli Chemesa, DG Cell, and the Government of Dominica. Kone Konla, Soufriere, Samedi Gloria, Sakai Malan. Look it. La Dominique Kubuli Chemesa, okay, Thursday pour Weekend Pack. Dimanche Pack is to Sunday. Sazo Cafe WYD, what you doing? River Lime in Copto. March 27th is to Sunday. Aden P, DJ Snow, DJ Epic, and Triple K Global. Chemesa. With every Kubuli 3 for $10 purchase to get a complimentary plate of food while stocks last. Chemesa. Then is the Monday WYD, what you doing? Family Fun Day, Customers Beach Mirror. Jet ski rides, banana boat rides, tube rides, beach football, dominoes, beach volleyball, and other fun sports. Music by Triple K Global. Partners include Digicel Global Experts, Deepex, Nature Island Adventure Tours, and Fight for Zinc. Weekend packs here, weekend the Kubuli.
Okay, good afternoon. Welcome. Elvis is in the house for the next few minutes, and we'll talk again on Talk on the Block in the next few minutes. What's going on, Elvis?
Good afternoon, Matt. How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
All right, Matt. I see you have a pack house, of course. You have a lovely lady here from Campbell with us. And we also, of course, is graced with the presence of the man himself, from St. Joseph. Blessings is in the house as well, I say.
Yes, man, a packed house.
Packed house.
So are we going to say good afternoon to this lovely lady?
Definitely.
Just say hi.
We will say good afternoon to this lovely lady, beautiful lady, of course. I want to say good afternoon to Miss Wendy.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Mr. Pelty.
She's not shy anymore. No, she's broken her silence.
She's getting.
She's been here for the past 15 minutes and silent. Silent. Anyway, I'm sure we'll be talking to Wendy from Campbell in the next few minutes. But what's going on? What are the other activities?
Yes, Matt, quite a few activities. Every Friday we know reggae. That's Old School Bar in Laplane with reggae night every Friday. Lily's Hotspot Fokuli every Friday as well. More reggae, and this time it's happening at the Hub in Collyho every Friday. And this is with the Ultra Song Band at the Hub in Collyho every Friday. And Fish Friday every Friday at the Urban Garden Cafe, and that's on Unit A1, 8 Castle Street, Maxim. Of course, you can check out Maxim at Castle Street, and the Kubuli free 410 from 4 o'clock every Friday at Maxim's Place. The Sunrise Farm Cottages in Castle Bruce. So this and every other Friday, you can check them out for Hangout Friday in Castle Bruce. More happening on Friday. Captain's Bar in Campbell. Yokubule free 410 every weekend. You can check them out there, and your Guinness too for $8. More action at the Anchorage Hotel every day from 5:30 to 7:30. You can check them out. Kubuli special free 410. The Green Light Bar in Portsmouth. Look out every weekend. That's next to the market in Portsmouth. You can check them out every weekend for your Kubuli free 410. The UTC promotion is under the Crown promotion with Kubuli. We can win $10 or reveal a dollar sign and collect $3 signs, and you get $10. If you reveal the word free Kubulis, you receive free bottles of Kubuli, or the word free beer, you receive 1 bottle of beer. And this will go on from now until the 30th of April. It is on massive. More action happening with Kubuli from now until the 30th of April. It's happening in the supermarkets, and it's called the Kubuli 6-pack promotion. And then just buy 1 6-pack, write your name and number at the back of your receipt, drop it in the box provided, and get a chance to win either an ice box or a barbecue grill. Simple as that. So write your name at the back of it, get a chance to win one of the lovely ice box that we have, or a barbecue grill. And the participating supermarkets presently are Save-A-Lot, Miniers Kinfield, Miniers Pottersville, Miniers Louisville. So all 3 Miniers are on board with us in this one. We also have the Green Supermarket in Loubier, ACS High Street, ACS Pottersville, and ACS Supermarket in Roseau, G&E in Portsmouth, and Wilson Supermarket. Those are the supermarket participating so far. We'll definitely have a few more supermarkets for you by next week. The freehand domino competition continues at Bolo's Place every Tuesday to Sunday for 6 weeks. You can check them out there for big domino freehand competition at Bolo. Kubuli is free for 10 as well there throughout the week. More action, reggae, and it's on the Broadwalk. You can check them. Started last night at the Broadwalk in Loubier with Dr. Miguel Labadi, and that will go on every Thursday at the Broadwalk. You can check them out there for big reggae night with the doctor. Domino action, more action happening, and this time it's happening at the headquarters. And I can see here on my list that the task force versus police. What is that supposed to mean? Task force versus police? Okay, but task force is
It's a separate entity.
No, this task force is from Bellevue Shopping. It's from Bellevue Shopping. Okay,
yeah, that's what
the
I mean.
name of the team is task force. So
Separate
task force
entity.
versus Bellevue Shopping, and that's happening at the police headquarters this afternoon. And check them out for your Kubuli free for 10 as well all afternoon, and some lovely stuff on the grill at the headquarters this afternoon. Free Up Fridays on at Choice Sport in Calibishi. That's a nightclub in Calibishi. You can check them out. They have DJ Flip the Boss this Friday. On Saturday, it's Fish Water Night at Lopfish Snacket in Granby at the hospital ground. You can check them out there. Go eat some fish with them and drink some piscicle Kubuli as well. Sauce Bar in Scotshead comes alive on Sunday. More action, loads of action in the Scotshead area, and you can check them out at Sauce Bar this Sunday. Upcoming event, we have Water Bar in Trafalgar from the 25th to the 28th. I must say it's a lovely bar up there, and the water is falling right in the bar mat. You can sit in the bar and have your piscicle Kubuli right under the water at the Water Bar in Trafalgar. Campbell Feast is on, Matt, and I can tell you, I may have been tricking somebody, but I'm not going to say everything about Campbell. I need help to speak about Campbell. So we'll get to Wendy just now to tell us a little bit about what's happening in Campbell for Campbell Feast. We have party on the 26th. Big wet party happening at Elimas in Lubia. More action happening. This time is the grand opening of Old School Bar and Club, and that's happening right next to Simon, and that's formerly Old Simon, and they're opening with Tea Orchestra on the 26th, the Old School Bar and Club in Massa. On the 26th as well, Shim's Bar in Castlebrus will open their doors, of course, to the public on that day with DJ Snow, the Kubuli ladies, and White Oak, of course, is on board with us in this one. Very big one this weekend. Next weekend, of course, White Oak is on with us for the entire weekend next week. More action Saturday the 26th. My Boys Bar, Veronica Nicholas, of course, on the port, comes alive in a big way as well with Kuboli, Free 410, and your White Oak on special as well, and Bruff on the beach. You can check out My Boys Bar for this one. And Kone Konla is on, and Sufria as well. The first Serenade Triple K Global is on for this one for Kone Konla and Sufria on the 26th. On the 26th as well, in Scotshead, Big A with DJ So.
I'll tell you what, Elvis, take a breather, okay? We're going to come back right after this.
Souffriez, préparez-vous. Connaît la carrette tout de messieurs, mesdames. The St. Mark's Development Committee and Kubuli Chemesa present Connaît la on Saturday, March 26th, Samedi Gloria, Easter Saturday, from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. Music by the Big Bad Bold WCK. Do something like a real boss. Also, Getter Sounds, the DJs, and the powerhouse of the nation versus Serenade. Yes, Steam Fish, Chateau Water Labi, Water Poisson Grillé. Partners include National Petroleum, Petro-Caribbean, Dominica Lotteries Commission, Kubuli Chemesa, DG Cell, and the Government of Dominica. Kone Konla, Sufria, Samedi Gloria, Sakai Malan.
All right, we're back here. Elvis is in the house from the Dominica Brewery, and of course we have a special lady from Campbell. Something big is happening in Campbell. We'll talk about that in a minute, Elvis. Go ahead.
Definitely, Matt. We're going to talk about Campbell in a little bit, but we have Ken Toes coming up on the 27th. That's Easter Sunday in La Plaine. More happening on Easter Sunday. Old school classic, and that's happening at Wifi's Place in Sufria Seabreeze Disco. On the 27th, karaoke and domino knockout. That's happening at Archie's Place in Good Hope, and with the Millennium Song and DJ Flip the Boss on the 27th. One day, it's a one-day tournament happening in La Plaine, and that's at the Point One Disco. It's a one-day domino tournament. Massive, look out for this one, and in La Plaine at Point One Disco on the 27th. The Big River Lime is on the 27th as well, and that's happening at the Palm Grove River. I said, look out, your Kubuli on special, and White Oak is also there with us. We have Global Expert, we have Nita Dipex on board with us in this one as well. So look out for this big activity on JK's J&K in La Plaine, and that's happening at Ghetto in La Plaine on the 27th. So action all over the place. The 28th, we head to Miro, Castaways Miro. We have jet ski ride, banana boat ride, tubing, football, volleyball, domino. Just check it. And the Triple K is in the house as well. On the beach on Monday. Big action happening there. White Oak, GGCL, of course. Global Expert Dipex is on board with us in that one as well. Nita is there as well. And we have fundraiser in Woodford Hill on the 27th and 28th. Woodford Hill on the beach, so you can check them out there for a big fundraiser in Woodford Hill. And just about two more stuff on our list. We have just a mention of Jazz and Creole coming up on the 15th of May, and we have Mayfest coming up in Marigot, and also the 1st of April, Free Up Friday at Davos. It's back after the Lent season, the 1st of April at Davos. And the Guinness Street Football, the regional finals will take place in St. Lucia this year, and the local leg will kick off on the 3rd of April in La Plaine. So everyone from the east, listen massive, you can call me on 275-3188 for more info on the Guinea Street Football that will kick off on the 3rd of April in La Plaine. And if you're at Costly just listening to me now, you can just pull up and wait on me. I'm coming down. Go have a little chibisa at Costules, just so you can get your Kubuli free 410 at Costules every day.
Are you sponsoring today?
Definitely.
All right.
Definitely.
All the bus drivers go
No,
to
no, no,
pursue
no.
it.
I didn't
Not
say all the bus drivers.
I was just
this particular person listening to me now.
I'll just put it in the spot
Gary, if
there.
you're
This.
listening to us from Campbell, big up yourself, Holy Campbell Massive, big up yourself. We're gonna see you next weekend. And we're gonna take a little bit from Wendy to tell us a little bit.
Wendy, what's going on in Campbell next week? Yeah?
Well, we'll be celebrating our village feast from the Friday 25th to Sunday 27th March. And we have a different list of activities. On Friday, we'll be having sports from 12 at the playing field.
All right.
We'll be having cricket, domino, and football. And on Saturday, we'll be having a social night and bloco from 4 p.m. We'll have music by DJ Guo from Guadeloupe.
That's on Saturday?
Yes, on Saturday.
DJ Guo? That's a nice name. I like that. DJ Guo. Big music there. All right. That's on Saturday night.
Yes, Saturday night.
What happens on Sunday?
On Sunday, we'll be having sports at the playing field from 12. And in the evening, we'll be having DJ Wice, 767, Danger Dane, and Triple K Band.
On Sunday?
Yes.
That's big action in Campbell.
Yes.
Where's all of that taking place?
In the Campbell Primary School
Campbell Primary School from 12 o'clock Sunday.
from 9 p.m.
From 9 p.m.
Yes,
The Triple K is from 9 p.m., but there are other activities taking place
Sports will be taking place from 12 p.m.
from 12. Okay, so Triple K is from 9. Elvis, you going to be there?
Definitely, man. I'm gonna have to split up myself in many different clones. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But definitely, it's my village. It's where I'm from. It's where my dad lives and everything. So definitely, I'm gonna be in Campbell on the weekend for this.
All weekend, Friday to Sunday?
Friday to Sunday. Friday to Sunday. Of course, Monday is the feast, but we'll be doing very little things for the Monday because most persons head to the beach on a Monday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're gonna really blow it up in Campbell, and you know the Triple K will wrap up things for us early Monday morning. We'll be making a daybreak with the Triple K on Monday morning.
That's a lot of activities in Campbell for the weekend. So Wendy, we'll be seeing you in Campbell.
Yes, you will.
Am I invited to come to Campbell?
For sure.
Take care of yourself. It was a pleasure speaking with, of course, our good boy from the Dominican Brewery, Elvis and Wendy from Campbell. Thank you very much for joining us today. Chibisau this weekend. Thank you very much.
Drinks from the freezer, and Kubuli is the winner. Dominica Brewery is the leader. This is my life, this is my beer, and I'll drink Kubuli anywhere. This is my life, this is my beer, and I'll drink Kubuli anywhere.
Back at where it all started. Wings Productions presents Black and White Thing. Saturday, April 2nd, 2016 at the all-new JR, the Icebox. And of course, the dress code is strictly enforced. You must wear black, white, or both. Classy, creative, sexy, and sophisticated. Admission $20, VIP $60 with limited drinks, cocktails, and hors d'oeuvres. And it's all going down at the all-new JR, the Icebox.
I'm like, hey, what's up, hello? Since you're pretty, soon as you came in the door.
Dominica's hottest DJs will be in action for the evening. DJ Flintastic, DJ Flip the Boss, DJ Matthew, Dr. Miguel Labadie, and DJ Smooth. Band time is 8 p.m. until sunrise. The Black and White Thing Reloaded, the signature event of the year, is back April 2nd. Be there to be turned up. Sponsors at Digicel, Charles Boutique, Accessories Plus, Galway Hotel, Pirates Limited, Swinner Vodka, Monkey Rama, The Icebox, and Carrot Bear. Wings Production. Bring it on.
Do you remember the days of Bell's Combo and B+? What about the late great Tony, king of fried chicken and punch? Simon
The once-time pride of the West Coast. The Old School Band Club, formerly Simu Night Club, newly refurbished, will be slamming on Saturday, April 2nd, 10 p.m. Mr. Mix, Prince Radix, and the Gale Force Winds of 48 karat gold, Swinging Stars. The 40 days and 40 nights will be over. It's a big people affair. Entrance $20. Supported by Digicel, the extraordinary network. The Old School Barman Club Massacre, Saturday, April 2nd. Swinging Stars, Mr. Mix and Prince Wadix. Tugamun Vini Bunulaje.
Easter, a time for reflection, sacrifice, and giving. And Burton & Company is considering the needy by collecting non-perishable food items for our Easter food drive. We match what you give, and you get dollars off next purchase coupons, benefiting charities, Maho Senior Citizens Home, and House of Hope in Dailies. Please drop items to the Electric Shop, corner Independence Street and Kennedy Avenue, 7th to the 26th March. And shoppers, participate in our Easter egg hunt, 21st to 26th of March. For prizes, discounts, or something fun. Who knows? You may just be eggs extra lucky. Let's be thoughtful and generous this Easter. Happy Easter from all of us at Burton & Company, the Electric Shop.
Okay, let's say good afternoon to our good friend there. Blessings. Good afternoon to you. How are you doing?
LT, I'm giving thanks. Yeah, blessings to you, King, and the listening public. Thanks for having me, my brother.
Blessings. Since you spoke this morning, it seems a lot of people for you and some against you. I'll tell you on the subject of moving the residents of Pitted Savan. As you said, from the
Silver Lake, yes,
not the Silver Lake. It's going up to, I'm trying to remember the name that we dealt with this morning there. Of course, those who moved, now I'm being told, some to the Springfield Guest House. That's what Springfield Guest House. Yes, some concern about that. Some people are saying they will not move. Others are saying, yes, we will move. Actually, some people are quoting and saying, yes, we will move. I got a few calls from the Springfield Guest House. I guess some people who work there felt that, they did not move these people. So I'm in a loss there. Limbo as to who to believe.
Because of the sensitivity of the situation, you will find there will be a lot of verbal maneuvering, so to speak.
Okay.
You see the term I came up with?
Yes.
Verbal maneuvering. So really and truly, then you really, as people say, oh, Matt and them just saying what they want. So you're being very cautious unless something is confirmed. But Matt, it was clear when Jon Carlisle broke the news, having to do this, people were asked to move because the owner was not getting paid. And for whatever reason, remember then there was not a discussion about it, Matt. But this morning, because I made mention of Erica and the whole $700,000 to light up playing fields, and I was wondering which you give priority to, Matt. The bridges, the access roads, or lighting up the playing field. So I see the game, and I made mention.
A lot of people are saying maybe it's just politics. People, on one side, the others on the other side. No, Matt, it happens.
I agree, but what I'm saying, Matt, the people beginning to understand and dissect and strip naked these well-clothed games where you play politics with the lives of people. And Matt, look at that, right on the heels of a devastating disaster. So really and truly, now is not the time to play politics. When it comes to voting, you fool people with plywood and alcohol and money and promises. But where their lives have been devastated, Matt, they have been relocated. You claim that the area they were once living, are not safe.
But something I found funny, I checked the Dominican News online this morning when we spoke, and there was no story. When was that story posted? Here's another story, which seemed to indicate that's what at 12:51, government to begin constructing houses for Pitted Savan residents.
1251.
I just found it a strange coincidence.
No, but Matt, I have said already, the laws of coincidence is not consistent. Can you recall when we spoke about the massacre Plainfield? And I told you, Matt, I was on my way to town, and I came there, it was a Friday, I think it was, and I told you, look, they have a little D6 or D7, whatever, pushing the dirt and the stones in the sea, clay in the Plainfield. And then in the condition in which it is, Matt, guys cannot go running over there. You know, so...
Because a lot of people have called from Peter Savan and you know, continued to send me WhatsApp messages that they felt that they were neglected. And when I checked it out at 12:51, I say, wow. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerritt has announced that physical works are expected to begin in the next several weeks on the construction of homes for residents of Peter Savan. Good news, but I'm just saying a strange coincidence.
You see, it is more strategic and systematic rather than a coincidence, because it's all about allaying the fears and concerns to pacify a people that have been... Matt, what about the psychological impact rather than just the unfortunate relocation of the people? What about the psychological impact, the economic impact? So when you want to play politics, Matt, you play politics when you want some votes. But when it comes to the very safety, the livelihood of a people, it takes a cannibal, you know, a level of vampirization, Matt, feasting on the blood of a people that is bleeding, hemorrhaging, Matt, for you to tell me it's politics. It's really inhumane and it's diabolic for you to just figure out that is the time the people are most vulnerable in the desperation. You're going to play politics by making promises and being very spontaneous. What and them talking about it, let me just come out and make a statement.
Well, I'm hoping that was not the case. But it's clear. It's clear that it would seem like a coincidence. If I have a quote further, in the Prime Minister said there in that regard, to note, that was a statement earlier. According to him, the government of Venezuela has signed a contract with a company for 100 homes, with 50 already on the island. All of the other homes have been constructed and awaiting shipments from Venezuela. He stated that there was a delay, but this due to the fact that the government was properly advised on the layout of those areas in terms of the roads and so forth. So we will see some construction taking place. Somebody close to the government, a source close to the government, says to me here in a WhatsApp message, the issue is the government had no time limit on the use of Mount Daniel and the Springfield. However, they chose to wait on the last minute to move, hence the confusion. So that person even blaming government that they chose to move. They had time limits, but they chose to move at the last minute. Hello?
Matt.
Yes.
Blessings, good afternoon, my dear.
Yes,
my baby Lucille, blessings, ma'am.
All right.
Matt, let me tell you, for this government to do their work, Q95 has to speak. Watch for them to do something. Q95 have to speak. They cannot do their work without all you tell them, okay, I want this to be done. You pay K. So we have to tell them to do their work.
I see you speaking Patois.
Yes, of course, most of them pass Patois.
Yes, you say blessings.
I am saying, Matt, a man who is strong doesn't give him the right to beat the weak, while it's the rights and responsibility of the weak to strengthen themselves, to defend themselves against the strong. But advantage should be frowned upon. And that is what I'm saying. The mental landscape is conducive for all manner of evil and criminality to flourish. And I can see Roosevelt Skerritt and his administration of feasting on the ignorance of Dominicans and breeding ignorance, Matt, because it is conducive for them. It is very, like a smooth sailing. The people are so unsuspecting and a high level of naivety and docility, Matt. To be naive is just you haven't got a foresight. You can forecast things. You can see things ahead of time. You're not futuristic about things. To be docile is just to be easily folded, easily managed, easily led. So when people hear me the so-called big words, my mouth is too small for big words. But I love to express myself in that manner, Matt, because those who think they're so intellectually inclined, Matt, they think they have everybody in the dragnet. And I don't want to be in it, Matt.
Somebody says, Matt, I told you the people of Springfield didn't ask them to leave. Mrs. Charles, I suspect was acting prime minister at the time, was the one who did it. And like I said, the power rep, Mr. Darrow, claimed he knew nothing about it. But they were asked to leave. Some went back to Petit Savan. Some had to be squeezed in the St. Amy's guest house where they were already housing some people.
So who instructed Justin?
I don't know. She was maybe acting prime minister at the time. 1:45, but this person for Petit Savan is saying, you see the confusion? You know, the power rep knew nothing about it.
It is convenient for them.
Hello, talk to me.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Peltier, and to your listeners. And
yes, how you doing?
Tyrone, I'm doing fine. I just happened to turn on the radio, and I heard your co-host there say some very profound things that I thought I would comment on. He said basically that, you know, the Prime Minister, you know, is breeding on the ignorance of the people and the naivety of the people and so on and so forth. And it just struck me that basically that is what is happened to that's my direct experience. And it's not relative to, you know, a government activity. So I'm really telling him, and I can point to concrete evidence of this, and we can even focus on an example where I'm sure that at one point he was waiting for the media to give him some clarity, and if I could bring his mind back, he probably never got that clarity. And that was an indication of the fact that all through society there's a tendency of us, amongst us, to breed on the ignorance of each other and to manipulate each other's naivety to suit our own ends or to further our own objectives. So in a nutshell, what I'm saying is that we need to broaden our dialogue and our discussion to include ourselves as part of it, and in our own little myopic corners where we occupy our power and our friendships and the desires that we have to achieve in life, but we don't open ourselves to being objective and to looking at other opinions.
You sound very poetic without saying what you want to say. Can you get to the point, sir?
I said it, that basically, you know, your co-host is there talking about the fact that the government breeds on the ignorance of the people and the naivety of the people. And I'm telling him that I have concrete evidence and an example that we can walk through where we ourselves breed on the ignorance of ourselves and on naivety of ourselves within our organizations to further our own myopic or small-minded objectives to support our...
I gave you a second chance. You're still trying to be diplomatic here, sir. But anyway, we have to continue. You got your
I get the message.
What was the message for you, Blessing?
Like Donald Peters. You're trying to lump me up with you because I find fault with you. So you're finding Donald Peters in the spotlight. Then all of a sudden, let us lump up Matt and them in the spotlight because it's about Beth. What's the other word, Matt? Roro and all of that. So now I am pointing out the naivety and the level of ignorance which these guys are feeding on, but we ourselves are being accused of doing the same. That's what he's saying, you know. He's not without...
Did Blessings interpret you correctly, sir?
Yes, he did it perfectly. I'm sorry, but only one clarity. Like I must apologize that I did say I just turned on the radio, so I didn't know the context.
All right, caller. Thank you very much. Unless you got your 2 cents in. Thank you very much. 449-3095-148. Let all ideas contend. Let's move to New York at this time. It's 1:48 in the afternoon. Something interesting is taking place in New York, and of course, we're going to be talking to you about that. It's 449-3095, 449-3096, and 449-3097. Stick around, Dominica. We at Dominica, an event taking place in New York. Let's learn about that. We're coming back.
Dominica Diaspora Citizens Group invites all Dominican citizens in the tri-state area and beyond to a grand meeting on Saturday, March 19th from 7 p.m. to midnight at the Holy Family Church located on 9719 Flatlands Avenue, zip 11236 in Brooklyn between Rockaway Parkway and East 98th Street. The main agenda items for discussion are electoral reform and child advocacy laws. Now the focus of all discussion presently in Dominica and among Dominicans in the diaspora. The keynote speaker is none other than Mr. Lennox Linton, leader of the opposition, fresh from addressing Dominicans in Atlanta at the much advertised Black Tie event.
We Are Dominica is a solidly structured frontline advocacy group of Dominican patriots in the U.S. We are therefore urging all Dominicans who are passionate about our country, Dominica, to make every effort to be present and ask questions and receive information critical to the recovery of our beautiful island and to join us in all our efforts to rescue our country. You can make that difference. For more information, please call telephone numbers 646-258-9213 and 347-613-3155. Check out our website at www.wearedominica.com. For train travelers, take the L train to Rockaway Parkway, the last stop in Brooklyn. The venue, 9719 Flatlands Avenue, the Holy Family Church. Come one, come all. It's our country. Let's show Dominica that we love and care.
All right, I'm hoping that, of course, we have We Are Dominica, the executive members, one member on the line at this time. Hello? No, I suspect we have let's take another phone call before. I suspect they'll be calling in any moment now. Are you there, caller? Hello?
Hi, Matt. How are you?
Good. I'm happy you could call us again. Of course, we did say that we'll be speaking to you for a few minutes this afternoon, the planned activity tomorrow night in Brooklyn. Can you educate the public, one more time on this planned activity? Yes.
Okay, you may hear some background noise.
It's okay.
I have to make myself available to speak with you. But anyway, we're having this, we call it sort of like a town hall meeting tomorrow with, of course, the guest speaker being the Honorable Lennox Linton. It will start at 8 o'clock and end at 11. The address is 9719 Flatlands Avenue in Brooklyn. In Brooklyn, that's in Canarsie. If anybody is familiar with the area, the New York area, especially the Queens, Brooklyn area, it is in Canarsie. You take the L train to the last stop. It's at the Holy Family Church. And we at Dominica is the one sponsoring that event. We obviously we're an organization of diasporans who are very much interested in the development and reconstruction of our country, and so we want to be a part of that process. We don't just want to be on the sideline and like everything else, send home remittances and barrels and whatever it is to help our family. We want to be part of assisting in the decision-making process. And so we are calling on all diasporans in the diaspora, especially in the tri-state area, New Jersey, Connecticut, New York area, to come, excuse me, and join us on Saturday night for that very important meeting. It's groundbreaking. It will be the first in a series of these types of town halls to come. We do want to do some more in the future on the economy, healthcare, education, all these different areas that affect the lives in Dominica. This week, tomorrow's event will focus on electoral reform and also the child abuse issue. And this morning when we spoke, I recall I was making that statement that somebody had called into your program earlier and said, they had gone out in the diaspora and to educate diasporans before the elections, and diasporans came down and made that decision for them. And we just want people to know that diasporans encompass everybody who live outside of Dominica. We all may not agree on the same method of governance for Dominica. However, it is unfair, we think, when one set of people can be brought down to influence or manipulate the votes in Dominica. What we are trying to do is to bring some more awareness and find ways in which we can maybe assist in solving these problems, because we know that there are going to be changes in the electoral laws. We've been calling for electoral reform, which has not happened. And as an organization, we really want to be more forceful in what we not just say, but do. So if it involves, standing up, marching, sending out petitions like we've done already for the child abuse awareness issue, then we will do those things. We're asking all diasporans, it doesn't matter what party line you're at. I think Dominica's governance is everybody's business. Everybody, no matter what side of the you're on, to come out. Let's discuss, let's talk, let's be professional about it. Let's talk about the development of our country. So that really is what we're trying to bring tomorrow. As I said, there will be more, but that is the first in a series of those types of.
And of course, this activity will be carried live on Q95 from 8 o'clock tomorrow.
Yes, it will. Q95, also TDN Radio. And we will be streaming live by our Facebook page, We Are Dominica. So if you are on Facebook, you should definitely go to We Are Dominica and send us a friend request so that we can get you into We Are Dominica, our Facebook page, become a part of it, so that you can have access to see the live streaming of the town hall tomorrow. It is groundbreaking, so we do want everybody to be a part of it.
All right, I want to wish you all the best with this activity. As you said, groundbreaking will be carried live. Tune in to Q95 or TDN Radio. Thank you very much. We're going to come right back.
Les amis de la francophonie.
The Ministry of Education and the National Commission for the Francophonie presents the 4th Mademoiselle Francophonie pageant. La Mode de la Francophonie will be showcased on Saturday, 19th March at the Arawak House of Culture from 4 p.m. 6 beautiful primary school students will present talent, language, and the culture of 6 Francophone countries. Leilani Leslie from the Massac Primary School will represent Togo. Adessa Hodge, Miss Djibouti from the Wattenwaven Primary School. Malisha Francis will present the uniqueness of Mozambique. Monaco will come alive with Simone Moses from the Monjon Primary School. Ghana will be represented by Janelle Phillip of the Grand Four Primary School, and Switzerland will be portrayed by Jillian Eustache of the Castlebruce Primary School. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Mademoiselle Francophonie pageant is an educational pageant for all ages. So come to the Arawak House of Culture on Saturday, 19th March at 4 p.m. and be amazed by the richness of the Francophonie. Tickets cost $10 for children and $15 for adults. Sponsors include Ross University, Big Edge Financial Express, Beauty Wice, Archipelago Trading, Cedric, Astafans, Choices, Fruits and Flowers, and Flow. This is how we flow.
Thank you very much. We'll take 2 more phone calls and wrap it up with blessings here. Quickly, hello.
Mr. Peltier?
Yes, sir?
Understand the blessings, young man, is with you?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
This is Clayton Shillingford. I just heard the young lady a while ago, and I think they ought to be encouraged because it seems to me that our problems are so deep and so intense that the engagement of the Dominican diaspora is even more necessary at this time to try to bring some sense, some justice, some logic to the manner in which the country is being governed. As you know, I have called many, many times to the radio because I am very concerned about all of these matters that we are bringing up. The electoral reform issue, economic development in the country, the manner in which we are going to engage all our people. And I hope that Dominicans now have seen clearly that we must all be on board to try to move the country forward. All of the issues that have been discussed over several months, including more recently this whole business about abusing children and all that. Matt and Blessing, these things are very disturbing. And the accumulation of the issues, one on top of the issue, it gives me the impression that the country is sinking to a level where it is going to be very, very difficult to pull it back out.
I'm going to take you out on that note there and give Blessings 30 seconds to wrap it up.
But some people have the tendency to blame the victims. It's like a woman who dressed in some skimpy clothing walking down a dark alley and she got raped. They're trying to justify her behavior, the person action against her behavior. But Madam saying the guillotine is built or was built in the center of Dominica, and it is dripping with blood, and blood is red, Matt. Matt, they are people of influence and high social standing and economically secured, and they're compromising wearing their neck metal brace because they do not want to face the gallows, Matt. You seen what happening in the police station, in the police force, Matt? In every institution and organization, victimization, if you're not clearly defined where you stand on the divide, your neck is chopped off. I do not want the metal braces, even if they're giving it to me for free. I don't want it. So when you see poor people, uneducated, illiterate, a lot of them, unemployed, Matt, broke, for you to go blaming them because the victimizer is feasting on their ignorance or their illiteracy or their poverty, Matt, it is a bit ridiculous. I hope people can understand that level of maybe nonsensicality, something
philosophy there. 2:01. We'll wrap it up until Monday morning on the hot seat. Thank you for joining us today.